This is Future Radio.
Well, all eyes are on the sporting world at the moment with Paris and the 2024 Olympic Games. Team GB are continuing to go up in medals. And it was only yesterday that Alex Yee's last gap sprint saw him become the Olympic champion in the men's triathlon. So taking inspiration for that, we're going to be talking now to the team at Breaking Records Fitness, who've organised a sprint speed summer camp to help sharpen and refine speed for aspiring athletes. Joining me now is Liam O'Dell, who is the founder of Breaking Records Fitness, and he's here to tell us more about the classes. Hello, Liam.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm very, very good. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Excellent. So first thing I want to talk about is your enormous water bottle. So
Yes.
how much does that hold?
It actually holds about like 2 litres.
2
I do
litres.
drink this like every day.
Well, I think that's so key, isn't it? Because that's a
Yeah.
big part. We're going to talk around kind of what's important about fitness. But first of all, can you tell us about your classes and how they started happening, please, Liam?
Yeah, so basically I've been running that Breaking Records Fitness now for about a decade pretty much. Rebranded what was like my old company from before to that. How did Sprint Speed Camp came about was about 6 years ago I first started it. Didn't really take off well as I wanted to. Then recommissioned it back 2 years ago from this point here. Then it kind of grew from that point forward with like more and more people wanted to like sharpen their speed skills and got more success out of it, inspiring people that have gone on to do better things with their sport, including athletics and that as well.
Excellent. I really like. Running is something that I don't feel very good at, but I know it's really important to just get your heart rate going and things like that. So why do you feel these sorts of classes are important?
Well, it's not just for children that can actually benefit from speed training, but also adults as well. So recently I have had an over 50-year-old came with like 2 sons in that reason from Kingsling. Just wanted to give a shout out to them actually. And basically they've done a better performance in their 60-metre sprint time before and after within 6 weeks, which is amazing to see. But also kind of like learn from all the sprint speed skills, what you could do like away from that really to do something else, so which is enjoyable to see.
Yeah, to make that progress that quickly. You've obviously got a passion, I can sense it already, for sprinting. Where do you think that passion came from?
So basically I started out doing athletics about 20 years ago really. Basically I started off with doing like disability athletics and like ages and ages ago. Then I kind of went into more mainstream like athletics a few years after that. Sort of mainly just wanted to try and keep fit, enjoy the sport, but also just more about progression like year on year, but also try and pass that on to like others as well from my sort of mistakes, how I can actually try and implement that to someone else that could try and do better what they can actually be going forwards.
Yeah, I think improving oneself is a really important thing, isn't it? And it's great that you say there's such a range of ages that can come along to the classes.
Yeah.
So you said you started it 6 years ago, then you stopped for a bit, and then you kind of branded. How long have the classes currently been going?
Yeah, so obviously from that point it's just like 2 years now really since I've been doing Sprint Speed Camp properly. It kind of grew more in numbers that basically from the summer holiday period 2 years ago I had like 6 or 7. Last year I had about 21 sign-ups from 2 different sprints camps. Obviously this year with Norwich as well as Kingsling, I think overall I've had about like 55 participants, which has been like amazing.
It's really awesome to have that many people. And talking about making people better, what would you say, any kind of personal stories where people have just kind of really grown in confidence and, of course, their ability at running?
Yeah, so basically just obviously keep doing what you can do. Obviously, if you've got a passion for it, use that passion to like make it more successful.
Can anyone do it?
Absolutely.
And I guess that's one of the key things is people can improve. So it's not me from a teaching background. You have different people, you know, who have different abilities, but it's all about bettering oneself, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
What kind of music helps you to kind of get in the mode for running? Do you need that kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, when I'm in sort of like competitions and stuff, really, or training in that, sometimes I normally play some music, kind of be like heavy metal or sort of different sort of era music, like 90s or 2000s, that kind of thing. But,
nice.
You know, it just varies really day by day. But most of the time I don't. But when I'm in competition, I normally have my headphones in if I need to. But it just depends.
So, Liam, tell us about where people can go to do these classes with you.
Yeah, so basically, if you've been seeing it on social media and all that, obviously the one I've got next month really is up at City Academy Norwich. I'm doing it in also Elm as well as Henderson Park, obviously to try and mix things up a little bit. We've been doing the same location for 6 weeks for the last few sprint speed camps, so for this one I wanted to create something a little bit different to incorporate like hills training and sprint agility, quickness, that kind of thing.
I think that's nice, isn't it, to have a different kind of location to do that. Can you talk through some of the success stories? Because as you said, it's open to anyone to be part of Breaking Records Fitness.
Yeah, absolutely. So after the sprint speed camp they've done for 6 weeks, I'll normally get a few that go into like local athletics club like City and Norwich AC, or I might try and sort of get them into like Great Yarmouth or West Norfolk Athletics Club. But the recent biggest success story I had during the 6 weeks, a big shout out to Luke Anderson, who's 12 years old, under 13 age group, is that he ran in the Eastern Champs it's about end of June time. Basically he went from top 50 in the UK for his age group, 28 seconds. He came to me for sprint speed camp for those 6 weeks of those training. He went and did basically around sub 27 and won the Eastern Champs, which he ranked now about top 13 UK for his age group. So to do that in sort of 6 weeks with my help is like, well, it shows you what success it can get out of it.
That's amazing. I mean, how do you go about improving someone's sprint? How can you do that? What do you do?
Yeah, so it depends on basically everyone's individual at the end of the day. So not everyone's going to improve their speed within 6 weeks. So normally I get someone that can run their fastest 60-metre sprint time for week 1, but then doesn't sort of after 6 weeks or so. But that can vary different factors with like local different activities they do at a school or other sports clubs and that elsewhere, or even that if they might pick up an injury and stuff like that, then not a lot I can do about it. But it's more kind of about the average sprint timings that you do over 3 attempts that you might get better at from week 1 to week 6. But it just shows that it's not about improving your speed in just 6 weeks alone. It can take a long time to improve it. It might take you about 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. You know, it's just basically a long progression, but also in just trying to do the process and enjoy the journey, that kind of thing.
Excellent. And as you said, it's open to anyone. So if I decided that I wanted to do a bit more running, how can I go about that, Liam? Yeah,
so basically anyone that can go about doing sprint speed camp myself. So if you see us on Facebook or head over to my website on Breaking Records Fitness, basically, for those of you that want to book in and pay online, we've got a bookings website on bookwen.com/Breaking Records-fitness. If you use the code SPEED on checkout, okay, you do get a 25% discount on there, which that you could probably save yourself some money. But obviously that offer is until the end of this weekend. So if you want to jump on that chance to book in and pay online for that straight away, now's your chance to do it.
Excellent. So the website again, breakingrecordsfitness.co.uk. You've got a Facebook page as well, Liam, and everyone can link through there to book.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So if anyone wants to contact me on there, they can. I can give them the booking link and obviously just recap everything I just said. So
excellent.
Yeah.
And I guess final question: how do you feel having done this for the last few years and seeing those breakthroughs? How does it make you feel?
It's just wonderful, really, to see like the progression it has had, really, from those that gone out to do bigger and better things, really. I mean, I've had one other person who came to my sprint speed camp last year who went to join a local athletics club that's actually doing okay, reasonable like performances in that, especially that she basically went and did the Norfolk County School champs that just made the final pretty much in her first year of doing it. So even though she hasn't won anything, but it's still some sort of
experience, isn't it? And that's such an awesome thing. So Sprint Speed Camp over at City Academy, in other places as well, as you said. If you want to find out more details about that, head over to breakingrecordsfitness.co.uk.
The sound of Norwich.
This is Future Radio.